Welcome to Financial Education for the Nation. My name's Warren Shute, and I'm here with you again this week with the lovely Paul. Giving you a quick overview on interest rates. We're going to touch on our 100-day plan to Christmas, making sure you get the best Christmas year ever. And then if we get time, which we probably won't, but I'm going to drop you a teaser, we'll talk about student loans, which we can always do another time. So, Paul, how are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thanks, Warren. You well?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, very good. It's a little bit windy and blistery out there. And but it's very autumnal, so it's very nice. I enjoy this time of year. My favourite time of year.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, well, let's get straight into it then. So much less reported in the press this time around, but the Monetary Policy Committee met again recently to discuss interest rates. What happened?
They did indeed. So they met last week, and the vote, the consensus between the board members was to keep interest rates the same at 0.75%. Now, that's quite an interesting thing, because obviously we get reported in the news when interest rates are going to go up and when interest rates are going to drop, but when things stay the same, the status quo, it kind of just slips through the net. And the reason I want to raise this is because inflation is sitting around about 2.7%. That's the CPI figure, the Consumer Price Index. Now, their target, the MPC's target, is 2%. So it's just about 50% over its target, which would ordinarily, I believe, indicate a rise in rates, interest rates, to slow down that rise in prices. So just to recap, inflation is the increase, the rising of prices over time. The government like to keep that under control. They have a target of 2%. If it starts getting out of control, what they can do is they can increase interest rates, because that means your borrowing costs you more, and therefore you've got less money to spend on the high street. So it contracts the spending and keeps inflation under control. So I believe they probably didn't rise interest rates for two reasons. One, they rose them last time. They don't want to see a quick succession of rate rises. But two, Brexit. Brexit's around the corner, and they want to make sure that we don't disturb or unsettle the market too much. But what you should be doing right now is keeping an eye on interest rates, keeping an eye on inflation, is saying, okay, so what? That's the question I normally ask myself when I look at some kind of data. So what? How does this affect me? How does this affect my clients? How does this affect the economy, my situation? And what I'd be looking at doing is saying, well, if I'm going to stay in the property I am, if I'm going to keep the mortgage that I've got, I'd be looking to fix that rate now if I haven't already done so. Some of the smarter ones would have done this a few months back or years back when we've been doing these shows. And I'd probably be it's hard for me to say specifically because you're under your circumstances, but I certainly want to fix it post-Brexit. So 3, maybe 5 years will be a good sort of time frame, so that you're through the Brexit negotiations, you're out the other side, and things hopefully have settled down. So yeah, the knock-on effect of inflation, that's really what I'm looking at, is rising interest rates. And although they were increased last time, let's keep an eye on it. They're meeting again on the 1st of November. And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another rate rise pre the Brexit, because what that does, it gives the economy, or the MPC, a lever, the Bank of England, a bit of a leverage on the economy to stimulate it. So there's two ways they can stimulate the economy if things slow down. One is by reducing interest rates. And obviously, if they're near zero, they haven't got much reduction to go. So they kind of want to rank them up. So if they're at 1%, at least they've got a quarter or a 0.5% drop they can go down. And the second is quantitative easing. And the downside of that quantitative easing, it costs the government a lot of money when they do that. So yeah, watch this space. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another 0.25% rise in interest rates pre-Brexit. But certainly if the economy carries on it is, post-Brexit, you'll start seeing rates to rise, and therefore fixing your rate on your mortgage or your borrowing now wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay, and from that big picture on the economy, let's focus on our household economy, because there was a little milestone recently that there's now less than 100 days to Christmas.
There is indeed. Okay, so last Sunday signified the 100 days to Christmas, and we had a full page spread in the Sunday Mirror, giving readers our plan for Christmas. And what I try and get over to people is Christmas is one day. It's 1 out of 365. Let's not let this one day spoil 2019. And I know you love your family, and I know you love your children, and a lot of you want to show that love by buying them gifts and things, but what they probably would prefer is a stable financial future and happiness all around. Because if you get yourself in debt, you're going to be worrying, you're not going to be present with them, and you're going to be working more hours to pay that borrowing down. Okay, so let's just take a pragmatic view and say, how else can we have a fantastic Christmas? And step one of everything is plan. Let's have a plan. Let's have an outcome, what it's going to be. And that's what I said to do last Sunday. Let's put a plan together. What does Christmas look like? So where are we going? Who are we doing it with? Where are we going to spend Christmas? And runs all the way up to New Year. So if you haven't done this already, we can link this to the article as well and give you something to print off, put on your fridge so you keep an eye on it. But now is 95 days to Christmas. And now it's about, okay, what's my list like? Who am I going to buy for? What things have I got to buy? And let's start putting people's names down. Let's start putting monetary amounts by those people's names. Let's start thinking about gifts. And it might be an idea to do that this way around as opposed to thinking the gift first, because what you do is you go shopping with a budget. So I'm not saying go shop yet, but you're going shopping with a budget. We've got a budget. We've got a plan to work to, and we've got a list to follow.
Okay, good. So, I mean, it's still very early for a lot of people to be thinking about this, but what you've done there and what you've said, people are already going to be thinking about what we're going to be doing at Christmas, and they're going to know the sorts of people they're going to buy for. So it's just getting a bit of a jump start on that. And I think bringing that into the bigger picture, if you follow something like this Christmas money plan, that could set you up for following your money plan for 2019, starting out in January, taking control of your finances, taking control of your life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what a great gift to give somebody, but a organized financial future. It's like, because look, we don't want to be, money's not important. It's what money gives us that's important. So, but unfortunately, we got to pay attention to the money because it has such an effect on our day-to-day life. And if our money gets out of control, it affects our emotions, which affects our relationships, that affects our future. So we need to get an eye on our finances. And what a great gift for people. This is a plug, but it doesn't have to be my book. It's just a money book. It's just my book just gives you a simple 5 steps to follow. Sort your finances out. 2019. Let's get financially well organized. And like you said, what a great way of doing it. A precursor to 2019. Christmas as a little mini thing. Hey, look, most of us plan our retirement, we hope. We plan our retirement. Our retirement for a lot of us is 10, 15, 20, sometimes 30 years away. So what we're doing is a condensed version, just a 100-day plan. Just let's get things sorted. Let's make sure we don't go too much over budget if we go over budget. And let's make sure we do things intentionally. Some great little nuggets in there as well that we can maybe share in this article.
Yeah, great. Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, good way to get set up for next year as well.
So let's have the best Christmas yet. And that's a great question to ask. What would need to happen to make this year your best Christmas yet? So I think it's really important that we plan and we make sure that our Christmas future is organized and planned. Otherwise, it's just going to happen by default, and you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so let's just be organized and make an outcome. What does our Christmas future look like?
Okay, great. Well, I think all this talk of Christmas, I think we'd probably better wrap it up there before we go too far.
Brilliant. Okay, well, look, I was going to touch on student loans. I think we can do that another time. It's better to have it short and condensed. Read the article. Get any questions, viewers, please get in touch. Let me know. A lot of you are getting in touch now, which is wonderful. And make sure you share this on all social media platforms. I really would appreciate it. Thank you so much.